Hello everyone, it's Tana and welcome back to my channel and another video for Not Too Shabby Shop. This month we have the Papery Ink Lamasse stamp set, and I'm showing you here I pre-colored some images because I was up camping, and I didn't have green Copic markers with me, so I used Derwent colored pencils, watercolor pencils for the cacti, and they turned out super cute. I can't wait to use those more. Those are new to me. So I used the third oval in the nesting oval infinity dies from Hero Arts, and this paper came from, I believe, the Spring Fling Lawn Fawn. Yep, there it is, 6x6 paper pad. And I traced the circle. I put that paper on top of a piece of cardstock to make sure it was sturdy because it's going to be a frame. And I traced the oval onto the card base and then changed my mind and decided to do the whole thing on a card panel and then attach it. So I'm using some snot tape and some Catherine Pooler inks. I'm using It's a Boy for the sky and the clouds, and I'm using my homemade cloud stencil there. Made that using the Lawn Fawn cloud dies. I can't remember, cloud outline dies, something. I'll put them down below. You guys know I'm bad with names. And I couldn't see my clouds. I can see them better on this video now than I could see them as I was making the cards. So we end up fixing that. But first I'm going to ink blend some grass skirt on here. And we're also going to die cut some grass using the Grassy Hills dies from MFT. And right here I'm realizing that I did not make my mountain range long enough. So we're going to have to stamp out a couple more of those. In the meantime, I'm taking some scrapbook.com white pigment ink, and I'm going over those clouds again. Now, it looks stark. It looks like I made a mistake, but it ends up drying exactly the way I wanted it to look. So I was happy with the results on that. So I'm going to stamp out a couple more mountains, and I'm going to color those in, which I skipped for you guys, and I'm just going to fussy cut them and go over the cut edges with my Memento black marker. And this panel was also ink blended with the grassy skirt or grass skirt ink. And then I'm going to die cut these out. Now this stamp set, you can use it for birthdays, you can use it for holidays. It says llama, they're all separate, so you can make your own sentiments. So there's llama, birthday, alpaca, time, fiesta, gift, friend, hola, happy, holidays, and say. So you can make quite a few sentiments there. I noticed that you could see the line, the separation between the sky and grass behind the mountain range, so I added that little tiny piece of grass behind there, and that takes care of that. And I love how the front of this card turned out. The only thing I'm not happy with is I'm not a big lover of multiple layers of foam tape. I think the more foam tape you add to a card height-wise, the less stable it is and the less time the card will last for. So in the end, this is probably a card that I won't give to anybody outside of the house, because you'll see at the end, I don't know if I show you guys, but I put 3 layers of foam tape on the frame itself, and it just didn't, it wasn't stable at that point. Even with the glue I put on it, it was too bendy. It was bending in certain places. So I probably, if I made this card again, would only use 1 or 2 layers of my foam tape instead of I wouldn't add the third for sure. So now I'm just going to measure out the foam tape, and I doubled it up here, and then I cut 1 piece in half to make 2 1/4-inch pieces for those little skinny sides. And now I'm going to start to place my characters. And I do make a mistake, which you will see soon. But I use little foam dots for the spots that will be above, because they're sitting on that grass that I put a piece of foam tape on. So some of them will need foam dots up higher. And then you see that little guy off to the left there? That's where I wanted him. You could see everything when I planned this out. And I noticed here that there was a little piece of the oval at the bottom that you could still see. So I had to add another piece of grass. And this is where I make my mistake. You see where I set that little guy? He's in the front row. He was supposed to be in the front row with the presents and the little tiny cacti. And then I put him in the wrong spot right here. So now he's covering that little guy in the back up. And I did not notice I did that till I was entirely finished with the card. So I was a little upset with myself. Anyway, so I want to tell you guys real quick. We have a seasonal spot for our brand new RV. Well, it's not brand new, but it's brand new to us. And we were playing a celebrity name game around the campfire. I'm just using my Copic marker here because you can see some of that foam tape when the frame's sitting on the card. And I'm just going to add glue after the third layer of foam tape. So here I'm putting a third layer of foam tape on. And it was my daughter's turn, Kelly, who's 16, and she had the letter T. So you know, it's the first letter of the last name is what the next person has to use to come up with their name. And she had a T, and she busts out with, I'm not going to tell you the name because I don't know if this person would want me to, but she ended up saying this name, and I laughed, and she goes, what? I know I've heard that name before. You guys, she busted out with a name of one of you guys, one of my subscribers. And I'm like, yeah, you know that name because it's a subscriber. It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. So we all remember you guys. We all think about you guys. You know, you leave your comments and I answer you back or you win a prize. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. So here I took the Neat and Tangled Skinny Strip dies and I cut out 2 sentiment strips. I'm going to powder those up really good because we're going to ink up our sentiment with Catherine Pooler Party Dress. And then we're going to heat emboss it with clear embossing powder. But we're also going to use this little tiny party tassel. It comes in the stamp set. I'm going to put 3 on each side. And I'm going to use, I believe I use Rockin' Red, Orange Peel, and Tiara. I will have them listed. And I do that on both the top sentiment and the bottom sentiment. And everything on there gets heat embossed. And I like the way the sentiment strips came out. I thought they looked really cute. And I ended up taking my Copic fine liner pen and just like connecting them all so it looks like party garland. And that's it for this card, guys. I am going to announce the winners of April and May's giveaway. That will be coming up at the end here after the pictures of the card. And I'm going to ask you guys to comment with what's your favorite summer vacation or favorite summer activity. And comment below. I'll give you guys 2 weeks and it'll be for 2 winners, June and July's. And I'll put the date that you have to answer by down in the description box. Don't forget to check out Not2shabby shop, and I will have a coupon code for you down below in the description box. Some restrictions apply. And I wanted to tell you guys real quick, Buffalo has hit its first record ever for 8 days in a row of 90-degree weather or hotter. First time ever for the city of Buffalo. Here's the pictures, and Jax is knocking on the door. The winners are coming up for April and May. You guys have 2 weeks to give me your information to send the prizes. Denise Bryant for April, and for the May giveaway, Dawn Cooksley. Everything else for the new giveaways for June and July will be in the description box below, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.